People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life.
All right, guys, we're back. It's Wednesday. We have awesome news tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on Jewel TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. What else? Roku, all these other millions of places, over 100 million households. Wes Iseli's Magiclife goes live tonight. So this is awesome. Check it out, and we'll tell you more about it at the end of the podcast. But today, we got our buddy Benny Pitts, funny dude, comedian, host, funny dude from Vegas. And Natalie and I just welcome Benny. Thanks for coming on here, man.
Man, thank you. Thank you so much. Don't forget that I'm a philanthropist. I'm also a minister. Wow. I'm also a teacher. No, I'm just joking.
Oh man.
I was impressed. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
I'm also a gymnast.
Well, before the podcast, I told Benny, I said, all right, dude, family friendly, no cursing. Then he's like, he's a minister. I'm like, oh, daggone, I messed up.
I haven't read the Bible in 10 years.
We'll help you out. Natalie will read it to you. She reads it to me.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Natalie, I have trouble falling asleep, so you can read the Bible to me anytime.
Aww.
All right, so to let the audience know, I'm out in Vegas doing Penn and Teller, and the day after I won, I had to hide the trophy and go to my hotel room, and I'm jumping up and down, screaming on the inside, but I couldn't let anybody know that I'd won this trophy. And the next day, we had a family day, and we were going around Vegas, and we were at, was it Mandalay Bay?
I think so.
And this guy comes up to us and says, Wes, is that you? Dude, you were awesome last night. Congratulations. So that was my first celebrity encounter after winning.
Yep.
And
that was Benny.
And that was you, man. Yeah, you were the first one to come up to us congratulating us. And I'm looking around. Dude, the contracts we had to sign, if we told anybody we won, it's $250,000 per occurrence. And they could take our trophy from us. So no, we didn't tell anybody anything. But no, when you congratulated me, I was just happy just to be able to talk to somebody about it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, you had to sign contracts to even be there watching that show that night.
Yeah, we did. It was. We couldn't have our phones. It was crazy. It was definitely crazy. It was an amazing show. But can I say this, Wes?
Go ahead.
Can I say this? From the bottom of my, I knew you was going to win.
Oh, thanks, dude.
No, you know what's crazy? I think laws of attraction and everything happens for a reason. I never in a million years thought I was going to bump into you at the Mandalay Bay. Think about it. They shot that at the Rio.
Right.
So 9 out of 10 times, I live in Vegas. When we do shows or we book people usually stay at the hotel that they're shooting at. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was just walking around Mandalay Bay, and I see you, and I notice you because we're eye level, because we're both 4'11".
Ah, come on now.
The first thing that came to my mind, oh, snap, somebody mine. Let me go say hi. And then I was like, oh, snap, that's the dude that won yesterday. And it all came together. It was a beautiful moment.
Dude, it was awesome. I felt so good. It made me feel good, man, because I was like, wow, this is what it's like to be a celebrity. People are just coming up to me. We took pictures together. It felt great, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. And you invited me. And you invited me on the show. And you invited me to perform at your nightclub. I'm like, Natalie, this is coming together. We're getting bookings now. This is great. We'll get it. We'll get out there.
Yeah, most definitely. I want to set it up. We just opened up. Me and my business partner Billy Bob. We just opened up a comedy club / filming studio called Xtreme Comedy Club. It's already people booking it right now. COVID is going on right now, so we can't really get it in a high capacity. But we're having a couple of shows, and we're trying to just make it do what it do, man.
Yeah.
So, pre-COVID, how many nights a week are you guys open?
Pre-COVID, we was supposed to open.
Oh, you hadn't even opened yet.
we haven't even opened now. We're just doing private shows, soft openings, this that. We haven't even had our grand opening. I'm thinking our grand opening will be sometime March 2021 if everything goes to plan.
Wow. No, because I see bits and clips on your Instagram page, and I thought you guys were rocking and rolling. I thought stand-up comedy was going out there.
Well, it's not going yet, but we've been blessed to book like private shows. People are doing like baby showers. People are booking for comedy shows because people are still coming out here to Vegas and they need something to do. So they would hit me like, hey, I need something to do. Is there any shows going on? And I'm just like, hey, I have a venue. You can book it out. I'll MC for you and I'll put the show. And so they're like booking private shows and they're just kind of coming together a little bit.
Good. That's good.
So it's Xtreme Comedy Club. For all the listeners, where's it located at?
3100 Sunset Boulevard, about 8 minutes, I want to say 7 minutes away from the airport. So you can jump right off Las Vegas airport right when you get off. Jump on the shuttle. You can come straight to the comedy club, get a quick laugh. And, man, we just having a good time. We have some big things in store. We got a green screen in the back, so we're going to do some filming, studio, podcast, all types of things. So if you're ever in Vegas and you want to do your podcast, like as far as like, couch setting and you want your guests to come in, man, I got you. I promise you.
Dude, that's awesome.
Wow.
That sounds great. Well, you had a video on Instagram, but I guess you took it down because I was going to show my wife. You had a studio tour. Did you take it off of your Instagram?
No. I got it in my I got it on my other page. So I got two pages, Benny Pitts promo.
Okay.
And then I got my personal page, Benny Pitts. That's where I kind of show my own, my life and different. So I'll actually send it to you so you have it. Yeah.
Okay. So for the listeners to see the tour page, what page do they go to see the tour of the nightclub?
It is Benny BENNY promo PROMO. No, I'm sorry. It is Benny Pitts promo. So
okay.
BENNY PITTS promo. And I also do the nightclubs, the comedy clubs. I'm a one-stop shop, man. You come to Vegas, I'm the guy. We do a full tour for you.
Oh, wow. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Natalie and I mean, we're not into all the gambling and everything. We could throw money in there, but we like to. That's why we were at Mandalay Bay. We were trying to do the family tour. I mean, I had my little girl, so we took her to the Shark Reef. We took her to the Bellagio. We took her to Paris and went up the Eiffel Tower. And we just did shopping and hanging out and looking at hotels. So,
man, Mandalay Bay is the best family hotel in Las Vegas. The best family hotel. The Shark Reef is awesome.
It was amazing.
Well, our driver that picked us up from the airport and took us to the Rio, part of the production company for Fool Us, she was like, well, you're out here, you got to come see Mandalay Bay. And she was recommending things for us. And back then, the Bellagio had the Chinese flowers, the Chinese New Year thing going on. She said, that's free, check that out. And we thought the Mandalay Bay was just going to be a little pond with a couple small sharks floating in it. Yeah. And then it was like $35 a person, and we did our reality show and we were filming in there, and I was like, dude, if this was a putt-putt golf course with no animals, just the ambiance of this place is freaking awesome. It's
my God,
it's amazingly beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, Vegas is no place like Vegas, man. I know Vegas is looked at the place of like Sin City and a lot of gambling. It's becoming very more family friendly. It's becoming more for everybody. Like you said, it's you can bring your kids, you can take them to the Shark Reef, and it's just becoming one of them towns. It's just now it's a vacation spot for everybody.
Well, I know it's going to be harder with two infants next time I come, but we're supposed to come back. We're supposed to come back with Penn and Teller, and I'm supposed to perform with them one night when Vegas opens back up as part of my winning. And
oh wow,
Natalie's about to pop at any second. So I asked the production company, hey, do you guys have dates? Or they were like, no, man, we loved you, and you can come back whenever you want. You just let us know when you're ready to come back. So
once they're reopened. Right now, they're not even open yet to do shows. So I don't know when they're gonna.
Yeah, production is down right now. Yeah. I will tell you this: when you do have congratulations on the babies, on the new two ones.
Thanks.
But it will still be $35 a ticket. So.
Oh.
The Shark Reef. So you might want to put that extra 70 to the side right now.
What we'll do, we'll just get a bigger purse for Natalie. They're little.
Just stuff them in the purse.
They got to learn to fit in boxes. Yeah, it's a magic show. They got to learn to fit in boxes. We work with luggage when they're infants.
Oh, goodness.
But Natalie, take this. This is how good God is. Wes is so small, you'll be able to fit all three of them in your bag. And you only have to pay $35 for yourself.
Daggone. This is what I get for getting a comedian on my podcast, everybody.
I get a suitcase with the rolly wheels, so I don't have to carry it, right? There you go.
Yep. It's just say, hey, I'm a musician. I'm a magician, and they'll let you right in.
Take bets on who's going to start crying first, Wes or the babies.
Probably Wes.
Daggone. This isn't going how I thought it was going to go at all.
You're getting shrapnel, honey.
It's like a thick on Wes.
So let's go back to Fool Us real quick. Let's go back to me winning that night. Is that the first taping you've been to?
No, I actually do some work with Caesar Entertainment. I can't even say, but I do some work with Caesar Entertainment. So I go to all the tapings. And
oh, wow.
So Fool Us, when they shoot the new Fonzo Ribeiro, when he shot Catch 21, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I go to all the tapings for Caesar's Entertainment. So
wow, that's cool.
By far, as a comedian, they say they say comedy is one of the hardest things to do. I scratch that. Being a magician is definitely the hardest thing I've ever seen.
It's yeah, you've probably seen some things you've definitely been edited out for television out there. There's some crazy stuff that happens.
Some things I can't even speak on.
Yeah, you can't. I know you can't. Yeah, Natalie was in the audience.
Thursday about.
Say it again.
I said some stuff I have to go to court on Thursday about.
Oh, no. Wow.
No, I'm just joking. Please don't take me.
Golly, you get me every time. I'm too gullible.
Hey, dude, they scared us so bad. I mean, I was afraid to even celebrate when my wife got up in the hotel room. I was afraid that the phones were bugged and there was cameras in our room or something. I was scared, dude. $250,000 per occurrence. We talk about it. Plus, they could take away the award. I mean, it felt like I'd won the lottery, but I couldn't tell anybody, you know?
You couldn't tell nobody.
and then pandemic happened. Then COVID happened. And it was like, well, it may have happened because of me. It kept my mouth shut. Dude, I had 183 shows. I had 183 shows June through August on the books. You know how hard it would have been to go to these magic shows? And people saying, hey, guess what? That television show Fool Us, man, you should be on that show. That's really hard to keep your mouth shut after the show, people shaking your hands and taking pictures and signing autographs and them telling you should be on that show. And then you're like, dude, the trophy's in my bedroom. The trophy's in my magic room.
Little do you know.
I know. Oh, cool, dude.
Well, can I ask you this, Wes, right quick?
What's up?
Okay, I know what it's like being a comedian or artist or a singer. You know, you go to these open mics, you start off. Like, what is it? How do you build up your act to be a musician?
Well, for me, so my journey is a little different than other people. I started in restaurants because I'm in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. The nearest big cities for me is Richmond, which was 2 hours away, or DC, which was 2 hours away. So if I was going to have any kind of bookings at all, I was going to restaurants and doing close-up magic table to table. And
wow.
And I have a degree in marketing. So for me, I was getting paid to advertise. So think about it, man. I was doing 9 restaurants 6 days a week. And every table, the first thing I did was open my wallet. It caught on fire, which is not a blow them away type trick, but it gets their attention. It gets their attention. When there's fire in your face, it gets their attention. Some people it fools. Some people know it's just a store-bought prop. It doesn't matter. But I'd say, hey, you guys came on family night. They have a magician going around. And when I say magician, the wallet catches on fire. Big flames come out of it. I close the wallet and I hand them my card. So after the shock wears off, they realize, hey, well, that's the guy right here. He's the magician. I put the wallet away and start doing magic. So every table got business cards. So I got birthday parties. I got weddings. You met CEO of corporations. I worked at an IHOP, dude, and I met the CEO of corporations, pastors at churches booking me for things, people getting married, everything. And all I did was, a couple card tricks. People just know you're professional and they trust you. Let's do something now. So that's how I got started.
Too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I can talk to anybody. My dad had a video store growing up. So it was a family business, man. So you got to know the customers. You talked to the customers. I wasn't scared to. Natalie says I'm not shy at all. So I'll talk to anybody. And if it's especially about me or about magic, I can talk to you all day long. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, and I made these friendships. I made these connections. And, I was getting paid to advertise. And, I mean, I was making, within the first 5 years, I was making $1,500 a week just doing restaurants.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, but, I mean, I was 22 years old. But the problem is, it became like a real job to me. At 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, I had to be at this restaurant. At 5 to 8 on a Thursday night, I had to be at this restaurant. And in my mind, I always wanted to do big illusion shows. I wanted to do big magic shows. I wanted to be on the road performing. I didn't want to be at IHOP on a Sunday morning for the rest of my life. Because I was.
Hey guys, I could turn my wallet my wallet can turn into fire.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, it paid okay. But the problem was, I knew I could do more, so when I met Natalie was a waitress at IHOP. That's where I met her. She was going to college. She was going to college at that IHOP I was telling you about. And that was just one of the 9 restaurants I was doing. And they eventually fell by the wayside. And I just told Natalie, I said, I'm not looking for other restaurants. If they call and ask me and they can do my price, I guess I'll take them. But I'm ready for bigger, better things. So we started putting together an illusion show, and we do theaters, we do resorts, we do county fairs. We do anything you can imagine, dude. So when the producers at Fool Us told me, they gave me the line, we're going to do the world's largest game of heads and tails. That wasn't my line. That was their line. And I didn't like it. Because in my head, all right, they're thinking the television viewing audience is the world's largest game. But in my mind, there's only 500 people in that room. This is not the largest game of heads and tails I've done. I've done that trick since 2013. So I felt like I was just lying. This isn't, no. So, yeah.
It's a lot of, it takes, what they say, 10,000 hours to become successful.
Exactly. So I never even wanted to be on the Penn and Teller show. I love Penn and Teller. I respect them. But I told a doctor friend of mine, you're a doctor. Why don't you cure cancer? That's what it's like to try to fool Penn and Teller. You're a magician. Go fool them. Well, you're a doctor. Go cure cancer. I mean, you know what I mean? How the hell? How can you expect me to do that? And
but I ask you this: how did it feel to fool Penn and Teller?
Dude, it felt amazing. They rush backstage. I don't know if they do that for every act. You could probably tell us that if they do or not. But
no.
as I was walking off stage, they came back there and congratulated me and tell me how awesome they loved it. And, I had a 15-second interaction with them, and I told them, hey, if you like the trick, I'd be honored if you did it. And that was it. And then Teller said, no, I love the trick too, man. And Penn said, I've been working on something like that seriously for 10 years. And Teller said, I love the trick too. And Penn was like, shut up, Teller. Listen, da-da-da-da-da. And he would not let Teller talk back there. So that's what I'm looking forward to going back to Vegas, because I get to hang out with them in the dressing room and actually talk to them, because I've only had a 15-second interaction besides being on television with them.
Are you serious?
That's it. We didn't see them before the show or after the show or anything.
That's so amazing, man.
And I don't know, you've been to a lot of tapings, but I don't know if you know this. We're downstairs in a holding area, which is in a warehouse. We're just in a room with a L-shaped couch. And I was down there from 5:30 in the afternoon until 9:30 that night. I go upstairs, they put my mic on. I go to hair and makeup for 2 seconds. I go upstairs, they put the mic pack on me. They shoo me out on the stage. I do my act, and then I'm kicked out of the theater. I couldn't go back to my wife and daughter. I couldn't hang out backstage. I had to go to my hotel room.
What's going through your mind while you're on the L-shaped couch?
For me that night, I was texting back and forth to Natalie, and I just wanted to be out there. I was chomping at the bit. Not trying to be cocky, dude, 10,000 hours, all of that. I wasn't worried about the audience. I wasn't worried about the cameras and the lights. I wasn't worried about it, because that's not real. A camera on you isn't real. Unless you really project it into that camera, it doesn't matter. Just like the audio tape here, it doesn't matter. You're just talking to a friend, and it happened to be recording. What I worried about was looking Penn and Teller in the eyes and trying to fool them. But, dude, when I walked out there, they gave me a thumbs up, a twinkle in their eyes. Somehow they looked at me, and just calm just swept over me, dude. Because I've known him all my life. I don't ever remember not seeing him on television. I've been watching him since I was 12 years old. I've watched their movies. I've watched every magic special they've ever put out, and I've watched them religiously where I can pretty much recite them. It's just magic, dude. When I'm on the treadmill, I'm watching magic videos. I'm watching other things to get ideas, to spark imagination, you know, just like you listen to comedy probably, or go to comedy clubs and you pick up ideas and, all right, that guy went that way, but I can take my joke this way and I'm not stealing from him. Yeah. It's the same thing, dude. It's the same thing. Or, you know, no one's ever had a card appear in a wine bottle. Let's make a card appear in a wine bottle. You just get inspiration anywhere. So I'm always watching. But something that night, just twinkle in their eye or something, dude. I felt like they were on my side and they wanted it to be good. And they tell you.
It was yours?
Go ahead.
Did you know it was yours? Did you know, like, before you won, did you like, I got this?
I did. He didn't. He started. He got less and less confident the closer he got to the show. Not about his ability to do the trick, but about whether or not he was going to fool Penn and Teller. And I was like, I give you like at least a 90% chance. I pretty much think you're going to fool him. And then I got real excited because Penn started slapping his notebook against his hand. And we had been watching a lot of the Fool Us shows. And when somebody fools him, he seems to slap his notebook against his hand. And I was like, ooh, I knew it. He got him. So I was confident that he was pretty sure he was going to win. But
this is a whole book. This is a story, yo. This is amazing.
Dude, it was fun. And like I told Natalie, I'll tell anybody about it. I love telling the story. But when you're downstairs, they give you a little pep meeting. And they're like, look, among all the magicians in the world, you guys have been vetted to be here. You earned the right to be here. Just being here, you've already won. It's an 8-camera shoot that's going to be edited perfectly. It's going to be edited great. You're going to have this great video. Enjoy yourself. Go out there and enjoy yourself. And, you know, if you get on that show, you've already won. So don't worry about trying to fool them. So when he went out there and he challenged... What's that?
I've been doing comedy now going on 7 years, and I've done numerous comedy competitions, some for big money, some for little money. I think you won when you was like, I wasn't worried about the cameras. I wasn't worried about the people. I was worried about Penn and Teller and showing them. Whenever I treated a competition like a competition, I've lost. Whenever I just went out there and I just wanted to do my due diligence and have a good set, I was amazing. I think your mentality won before you won. Like, you wasn't worried about the cameras. A lot of people like, I wonder how I'm going to look, or worried about what the people think. You didn't worry about all that.
No,
that's a winner's mentality.
Yeah, well, I've been in magic competitions as well, and I've never won any of them because I always tried to, you know, like local magic clubs and things like that puts on magic competitions. And I never won any of them because I was always trying to edit my lines and make myself something different to try to fool them. And then it came across where I was trying too hard, I believe. And, you know, you said how we met, you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that, dude, because if this would have happened 5 years earlier, it would have been totally different. Whether I'd have won or lost, if it fooled Penn and Teller, it probably would have fooled him 5 years ago because the show's been on for 7 years, right? But I wasn't ready for the barrage of emails and Facebook messages and good and negative PR that you get with something like this.
Yeah, it's a lot of maturity. I actually have one question for your wife right quick.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind. I ask you this because I'm a comedian. I date a lot of girls. I'm sure that. So when I first started, I wasn't making no money doing comedy. And girls used to go back to their parents and be like, hey, I'm dating this guy, and he's about 4'11", and he's a comedian. They're like, there's no future in that. How was it going back to your family and telling them you was dating a short musician?
Well, the short part was funny because I told my mom that I would never, ever date a guy that was shorter than me. It just wouldn't happen. I'm just not. I'm just not attracted to men that are.
She made this
than
proclamation when she was in high school. Mom,
Right.
I'll never date a guy shorter than me.
And my mom was like, be careful. Yeah, be careful what you say. And so when I called her and told her I had a date, and I said, don't laugh, but I have a date. He's a really nice guy, and he's shorter than me. And my mom just busted out laughing so hard. And so, yep. She said, I told you. And so there's a short part. When I met Wes, he was doing pretty good for himself, so I don't think they had concerns in that part. When I graduated college and joined him, though, my mom was not sure about that move. She wasn't sure about being able for both of us to be supported by it, I think. And I think that scared her a little bit. So, but she got over that, and we've been married for over 12 years now, and I think she realizes we're doing all right. So, but there was a little concern, but, she also had my dad in her ear, and he's going, if she's going to do something like this, now's a good time to do it, and she wants to do some other career later, she can change her mind and whatever. So...
See, Natalie can read the Bible to you because she's got a religion degree. That's what she went to school for.
Oh, nice.
And she was like, what am I going to do with that? I'm not going to work in a church. I'm not going to be a pastor. Her parents told her she had to get a degree. She didn't know what to do, so she went for religion. She thought it was interesting. She learned about all kinds of different religions, right?
Right.
And then,
which is so dope.
And then when she graduated, I said, well, come work for me. I put her in the office booking magic shows for me. And, it was a strain on me because now I had this other person I had to support, dude.
Yeah.
But it made me want to work harder.
That is so dope.
Yeah,
and I don't even have to ask you, Wes, how you got her. It was magic.
It was magic. It was Well, I did some stuff I would not recommend. Try to pick up a girl. I tried to use magic to pick up a girl, and I didn't need it. I didn't need it at all.
Watch, on your 15-year anniversary, you're going to be like, I'm not really sure. And he's going to do a trick, and he's going to be like, 4.
That would be good.
You'll be like, oh, my God. I knew it.
Why'd you hide that for so long?
Now,
I knew back in the day you said you'll never date a short guy.
Now I need to work on that, Benny. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. I'm giving you a little something. Yo, Wes, you know what's crazy? I identify as 5'2". But crazy, man, all my girlfriends has been 5'7" or taller.
Right.
Wow.
I used to date a girl that used to play for the Atlanta Hawks because I started comedy in Atlanta. She was 6 feet. She would put on heels and be 6'4". We're walking around the club holding hands, and people just didn't understand how do this short guy get all these tall women. Like I was doing magic.
There you go. And you know what? When we first got together, holding hands and going to a theme park or something, we were hearing people whisper. And I think it was our insecurity was being seen.
Yeah.
But if you're confident, and we don't know any different now. I mean, we've been together for so long, we don't hear those whispers anymore.
Right.
I think it's like you said, how I approached that being on that stage that night and our confidence level. I think it's just our confidence level at this point.
Do ladies, do y'all look at that? Does confidence really? This whole conversation's been turned. You see that?
Dude, we'll go however you want to go. We'll learn something.
No,
do y'all ladies really look at the confidence like?
Yes, if he hadn't been confident, and if he had been acted differently, it wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been attracted to him. He exuded confidence, and he had this awesome outgoing personality. I think we balance each other out some because I am nowhere near as outgoing as he is. But he kind of pulls me in with his outgoingness, and I have to get in those situations too. But I mean,
dude, she'd never do a podcast on her own and call up, Benny Pitts and just start getting him on it. You know what I mean? She would never do that.
No,
she would never do that.
No, I wouldn't. So it's up to him to get the guests and everything. But but when we first started dating, it was I wore flats all the time, and I used to wear heels all the time. And my mom called me out on it. She was like, just because he's shorter than you doesn't mean you can't wear your heels. Because I would love to wear heels. But I was insecure in the fact that I was so much taller than him. So I had to get over that myself. But
so with y'all women being insecure that how y'all look being seen with a shorter guy.
Well, I mean, it's not the norm. And when you're and when you're insecure in it and you're hearing these people going, look how tall she is, or some of them saying, look how big she is, and all this stuff, you feel like, geez, it's all on me because I'm taller. And and that's not the reason I'm with him, is because he's short, and I wouldn't change him for anything, because he is who he is because of who he is. I mean, so there's nothing you can do to change that, but it's just one of those things that I think you have to get used to yourself as well. And I mean, I met him while I was a senior in college, so I was still insecure in life, so
yeah, for sure.
To be in a relationship that wasn't the norm just because of our height made it, I'm going to be insecure, because I'm just was at the time. So over time, you get more confident about it. You don't notice it yourself. You're more secure. Other people really don't care, or at least the people that matter don't care. You have to get to that point too. So
I think it's great, man. We see old people at the grocery store, and I offer Natalie to help. That old lady needs help with that tall item, Natalie. Can you get it off the top shelf for that old lady? Go help her out. I'm always pointing her out and letting people use her.
Yep, he sure does.
But don't it make it fun? So I'm a person, I don't live in the norm. You know what I'm saying? I don't live nothing in the norm. I like going after the tallest woman. I like dressing a certain type of way. I like doing my hair a certain type of way. I don't live in the norm at all. So what y'all telling me now is beautiful, because I think normal is boring. Right. Normal is A, B, C, D. I like to switch up the letters a little bit, because I feel like if you don't punch the norm and try to be different, you'll never really reach full happiness. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's how I look at it. So what y'all telling me right now is it's like music to my ears. It's like, that is amazing. And one time for the short guys,
And you're not going to have nearly as much fun either.
I believe in fun. Like, if you're not enjoying your life while you living, I have a t-shirt line called I'm Fun Size. And the reason I said that, because like you said, I was in college and I was insecure about life, and that's very expected when you're young. So I started my t-shirt line, I'm Fun Size, because I got picked on for being short my whole life. It's still, now it's to a point where it's funny. The tall girls, small girls, big girl, whatever you are, whoever you are, you can have fun with being who you are. And that's where my t-shirt line comes from, with just kind of loving yourself. I don't care who you are, what you do, I'm Fun Size. You know what I mean? It's just you. So it's somebody that wish they had what you had, or wish they had what Wes had, or you know what I mean? Right. No matter what, everybody's looking at. But when you look in the mirror and you start loving that person, you can have the sky is the limit.
Dude, the way I look at it, I do magic for a living. You know what I mean? Yeah. You said you do comedy for a living, and you could you make more money doing something else faster and easier? Yeah, but would you be happy? No. And I lost my dad when I was 25 years old, and one of the last things he told me, I said, "You got anything to tell me, Dad?" And my dad's 25. He's Superman to me, so I know he's going to make it through this. But I'm videotaping and I'm asking him stuff, and he just looked at me. He's 63 years old, and he said, "Life is short." And dude, from 25 until I'm 42 now, I think about that all the time. Life is short. Have fun. If you got something that's going to happen, do it today, because there might not be a tomorrow. I did an upside down straitjacket escape. I put the chains on my ankles, put the straitjacket on me, and was hoisted upside down at a county fair, 5 stories above the ground. I had to sign my life away to the rental company, to the county fair. Nobody would do the ankle chains in case, I landed on my neck and broke my neck. But I didn't want to put it off till next year. I wanted to get it done and have it locked in. But you know what? The whole experience of that was fun. And it's just, if you want to do something like that, man, have fun with it. We went to Vegas to do Penn and Teller. We did family time before and after it. We were having fun, man. You know,
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna get y'all information, and I'm gonna send you you and your wife. I'm fun size T-shirts, and just give me your size. I know you're small, Wes, but give me your wife. No, I'm just joking. But give me your website, and I would love to send y'all both. I'm fun size T-shirts, man, and listen, you guys. Your guys' story is just dope energy, dope. It makes me feel like I'm on the right path because I feel like you like, yo, I took the risk, I did the things, and it just shows me that my decisions. I feel like I made the right decisions listening to somebody that, you know what I mean, kind of like on the same path. You know what I mean?
And it's all about having fun, dude. It's about marketing and just living life, dude. And I know for a fact that I have some people that I don't know, look at me negative or actually aren't my friend because I'm successful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they have that 9-to-5 job and they have that drudge mentality where they clock in and clock out and go home and sit on the couch and are a couch potato. And I'm out there having fun and they resent that.
But that was their decision. You know, everybody made
it's 100% their decision.
You had a passion. You went for it. And it wasn't always pretty.
Nope.
And that's what they don't see. They just see the glitz and the glamour. Like somebody will look on Penn and tell them, like, dang, he won $200. But they don't know the blood, sweat, the tears, the nose. Bro, a magic trick? You know how easy to mess up a magic trick?
Well,
one wrong move, you're dead.
And mine was flipping a coin 15 feet in the air with the lights in my eyes. You know, try to flip a coin 30 times in the air and catch it every single time with lights shining in your eyes. What's the chance of failure there?
Well, if you have friends that's mad at you or hating on you, shame on them, and they're not your friends.
No. Exactly, 100%. Yeah, but I see it, and it still makes me sad. I see it, and it makes me sad. You know, you try to share your experiences with them. You know, like I told a friend of mine the other day, I got this television show. Hey, guess what? Now we've signed. You know, I had them on the line, and they had interest. I told them that, and they were like, uh-huh. Hey, we signed the paperwork now. We're going to be on television. You already told me. Daggone, that's not the reaction I was looking for. I was looking for a pat on the back or a hug. You know, both my parents are dead. I have my wife and my in-laws, and that's my family. So, you know, I'm reaching out to this friend, and it's like, that's not what I was looking for. But all right. Well, I guess I won't talk about, you know, good things in my life with you, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Wes, sometimes friends is not. Friends are not so much how long you know the person or how much you love the person. Friends are the people.
Uh-oh.
We're losing you, dude.
Uh-oh. We might have to call him back.
Is this a comedy routine? What is this?
What happened?
No.
The phone went dead, the defibrillator went off. Are you all right?
I was trying to get some milk on top of the refrigerator. I lost connection. I'm used to that.
No, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things, man. I'm not trying to brag that I got a TV show. I'm trying to shout it from the rooftops that guess what? Hard work pays off, and I finally got this, dude. We've been filming our reality show. You saw me that day in Mandalay Bay. We were filming. We were filming for our reality show that we were putting out weekly on our own, and we had all intention of selling it eventually. So, you know,
you should brag.
Well, it's not about bragging. It's about promoting. I want to let people know to watch it.
But, you know, and these people haven't seen all the hard times we've gone through, too, because there have been times where we had to learn things the hard way, because apparently we're stubborn. And we had to learn some of these things the really hard way. And just now, but, you know, it's a good thing, because now we know what to look for and what not to do. So when those situations arise again, we're like, you know what? Last time we did this way wrong. Let's take our time to make a decision and figure this out. And so, you know, people don't see all that. They just see us promoting the good things, which, you know.
But why would you promote? People love negativity more than positive.
Oh,
we
yes.
have good days. We have bad days. Why would you jump on Facebook and be like, Wes and these two twins in my stomach is getting on my nerves? And that's what people really want to hear. Yeah, tell us.
No,
Tell
no.
us, girl.
Yeah, we don't put negative stuff on there because I don't want to see it and I don't want to relive it next year when it pops up my memories.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Think about it. When negativity comes, what do we do? We try to make it positive.
Exactly.
So people, it's not like you're living this fairy tale life where y'all don't run into obstacles and doing, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, why promote the negativity? Yes, you got to show people you're human, but that's why we're doing this podcast right now. So when people that's fans of you can go like, wow, he struggled to get there. Wow, this is how they met. Wow, she has to get the cereal on top of the refrigerator for him.
She puts it on a lower shelf, buddy. You gotta get your woman to put it on a lower shelf.
Well, you know, it's a fair trade because anything I drop on the floor, I ask him to pick up for me because he's closer.
No, she just rolls her eyes and just kind of nods her head at me like it's your turn.
You feel me? So, like, if something falls under the couch, Wes, that's you.
Yep, it's all his domain. He's closer.
That's why we had kids, man. For the next 10 years, I got my little girl to do that part.
He's like, you know what? I'm tired of going under the couch.
No, dude. Hey, but thank you so much for being on here today, man. We still got 20 more minutes. I'm thanking you because this has just been awesome. I'm having a blast, man.
Actually, man, thank you. You actually made my day because y'all put a lot of things in perspective about a lot of things that I've been like kind of like going through like mentally about certain things. And you know how it is. We just opened up a comedy club. We just opened up a business. COVID is here, so you get a little discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Shows. Bro, you just said I was booked for 183, and I'm looking at my 30, 40 cities, like, okay, you might think what you're going through is bad until somebody tell you what they're going through.
Right. So we won Penn and Teller. We're on top of the world, and everybody's saying that it's going to add zeros to your paycheck. You can now ask for more money. It's gonna open you up to all these other nightclubs that you can do, and you just call them and tell them you want to be there, and you're on the bill. I mean, you don't have to ask for work anymore. You're gonna get agents, you're gonna get managers. All this stuff's gonna come rolling in, and we come home for 2 days because we filmed on the 4th, so we left like the 6th. As we're leaving Vegas, we got a text message saying all the buffets in Vegas just closed. We come home for 2 days. We go to Ohio to do a magic convention. And we get home on like the 15th of March. And I'm officially unemployed.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's like, I've been doing this since 1996, man. And, having months with, one show or one show on a weekend, that's rare. I mean, we're doing 20-hour work days during the summer. We're going from show to show to show.
Wow.
With the babies coming, we're looking to get an RV because we spend more time on the road than we do in our home. And we have a beautiful home. We have really cool little hiking trails. We have 5 acres and hiking trails. It's awesome here. But, dude, I'd rather be on the road working. I love doing magic shows. So
comes the twins. Y'all pandemic babies, huh? Y'all at the house, so he's like,
no, dude, no. Right? This was prior, man.
Yeah,
we had this before we even went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Natalie was pregnant. Natalie was pregnant during the filming.
Yeah, I was around like 7 weeks, something like that. So it just wasn't noticeable yet.
But we didn't know it was twins. We didn't find out it was twins till 5 months in. We're finding out the sex of the baby. And the nurse is scanning Natalie's belly, and she's like, "That's a femur bone. That's its backbone. That's its skull. That's its arm." And then I'm like, "Well, what's it holding? It looks like it's holding a ball." And the nurse says, "That's another baby. I'm not qualified for twins." And she pushes herself away from the computer, and she leaves the room. And we're sitting there looking at each other like, "What? This is a joke, right?"
Yeah, they're gonna come in and say, "Just kidding," and we say, "You guys are awful. That wasn't funny." But they never did that, and there's 2 in there.
Wes thought it was a magic trick.
Nah, it was
right.
God did their magic on you. You thought you had one baby. Look at.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dude, if that lady would have came in and said psych, I might have been in jail. I might have. That was not cool.
We were
scared to death.
Oh my goodness, complete shock.
That is beautiful. But think about it. When you literally push life to the limit and to the edge, what's life without a good story? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and that's what it's all about, dude. I mean, we've done some things in life. That's why we started filming our reality show. We worked the British Embassy, where we're going there, and all these dignitaries from all these other places are there. We've done these millionaire parties where they're hiring people from Cirque du Soleil, swinging from the chandeliers, and they're shipping in opera singers from over in Europe to perform in someone's living room, and I'm doing close-up magic or a show downstairs in their house. It's amazing the things we see. It's not a 9 to 5. It's not an average thing. And we're loving every minute of it. Every day is different. So that's why we started filming our reality show, to let people a glimpse behind that curtain.
Wow, that is so dope.
Yeah.
That is so dope. I'm a fan. And then you said something about friends earlier. My bad. I'm just chiming in a little bit. You said something about friends earlier. You're building your own army. You won't need your friends. Your family is your friends. You got your own army. So you good.
I got Benny Pitts in my corner now. I'm good.
Yeah. I'll be your token black friend.
There you go. That's one more, Natalie. I got one more.
If you get 3 black friends, you will invite you to the NAACP Awards.
Oh, nice. Well, how many do I have? I have a couple. But really good black friends, that's a whole nother level.
That is so funny. Your acting said, how many black friends do I have?
I have to count them.
Okay, we got Benny now.
So when I was
like 2 years ago.
So here's my story. Here's my racial black story here. When my mom and dad were married, my mom was 14 and my dad was 19. When they got married, they moved to a black neighborhood. That's all they could afford. And that neighborhood, it was just they were the only white people within blocks. And it was just a low income neighborhood. And those people took care of my parents. And every Sunday growing up, we would go see my uncles. It was uncle this and uncle that and aunt this and aunt that. We'd have cookouts and the black people, I went to funerals of these people that were my quote unquote uncles. And, I was the only white person at the funeral crying my eyeballs out when Uncle Alfred died. And, their cousins and other people from, St. Louis and stuff coming in town. Who's that white dude bawling over there? But, our story's a little different.
Hey, can I share one with you too?
Yeah, man.
So my family grew up 14 brothers and sisters. Very religious background. Parents didn't believe in, just very religious. So when I left home, they didn't have nothing to do with me. I left home about 17, 18 years old. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And I had family up there, uncles and nephews, uncles and aunts and everything. Really like a rebel without a cause. You know what I'm saying? So I left my uncle's house when I was like 19. I wanted to do my own thing, and I fell on hard times. I was homeless. So I was sleeping in my car. At this time, I was doing CNA work at the hospital, and I was doing home health care, like taking care of the elderly, working in assisted living, just trying to find my way. And I was trying to get into radio and doing stand-up comedy. This is around the time where I started. So I was taking care of this elderly family, me and my older brother at the time. I was taking care of this elderly family. It was a white family, Jewish. And they took me and my brother in. He asked me, he said, yo, what do you want to do with your life? I said, I want to be a stand-up comedian. And I lived on and off with this Caucasian Jewish family for 4 to 5 years. They had a 4-story house. We lived on a lake. They gave us the basement. Their basement is about 3 times bigger than the apartment I live right now.
Wow.
In Vegas. I went from being a struggling 19-year-old kid to living like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Wow.
At that point, it taught me a life lesson. Color doesn't mean anything.
No.
Your character, who you are, means everything. I don't believe in color.
Yeah.
I don't believe in, like, if you close your eyes, we close our eyes right now, we wouldn't even know what color each other were. So they don't mean nothing. It's all jokes. It's all fun and games. We poke at. Comedy is we just poke at the truth. People make a big deal out of color, and it really doesn't mean anything. So that's my story, and to this day, I call him Pop. That's my dad, because he was my dad at a time where I didn't speak to my father. And, he did everything. He bought me a car. They put me in and a condo in Buckhead, and he supported my dreams, and I wouldn't be here in Vegas today if it wasn't for him.
Dude, that's awesome. And he's still around?
Yeah. He lives in Atlanta.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
That's sweet. That's an awesome story. Yeah, I like it.
Yep. I like it too.
Just the kindness of people.
It made me try different. I was the only black kid at the bar mitzvah.
So what about your brother? Your brother was with him at the time. Did he take care of your brother the same way, or?
Yep, the same way. My brother kind of fell off and started doing some wrong things. You know, he couldn't handle like the upper class lifestyle, so he started doing like my brother was just, you know, a little different.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. Some people you can do everything for them, and it just still won't work. That happens.
Yeah.
So it all worked out. I love him to death. We still in contact, and that's my pops. Nobody can't take it. But I just said that to say, you know, it's a lot of things going on in the world with the racism, and I understand and I get it, but color to me doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it's who you are as a person,
dude.
Your character.
I mean, I'm telling you. So growing up for me, I was going to visit my aunts and uncles every weekend, and I would go back to the old neighborhood and hang out. So I didn't understand race until it got brought up in our school when we were like in the 4th grade, and they started like dividing. And I'm like, well, no, I want you to sit at my table. You've already sat at my lunch table. And they started segregating themselves. And, you know, the rednecks started going here and the athletes started going there. And it's like, why are we doing this? We're in school together and hung out.
We divide each other, but it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And I think growing up with 14, so I've seen the best of both worlds. I grew up with a whole bunch of siblings, and I didn't grow up, but they took me in this household where I'm not used to it. Dude, I'm living in like a country club.
Right.
I went from living in the hood to like a country club. Like, I'm the only young black man in this neighborhood, and it's just, you know, everybody's like, hey, and waving, and I'm just like, I'm not used to it. It just showed me a different type of life. It just showed me that people are people. Right. And that's just where you cut it. Good or bad or ugly, people are people.
Did you get weekly life lessons just like on Fresh Prince? Did he set you down on the couch?
Yeah. We had our moment. Definitely. Weekly life lessons. Man, listen, bro, honestly, that was the best experience I probably have ever had. You know what I mean? It showed me the family it showed me there was a loving family. It was him, his wife, and his 2 kids. 2 kids went to a private, and they loved it. They sat and ate dinner every night. I wasn't used to that. Growing up in a family of 14, we had to eat on rotation.
Yeah, golly.
First shift, second shift, third shift. I wasn't really cool with my brothers and sisters on the first shift, so I'm trying to catch the third shift.
Well, you probably didn't have a dinner table big enough.
On the third shift. All right, I'm going to eat with Phil and Charlene. Yeah. But I've seen the family every night, and they'll ask each other, how was your day? And this, and I'm just not used to that. And then it was funny to them because I wanted to put hot sauce on everything.
Wow.
So it was, I think it made me multicultural. It got me ready for Vegas, where you see everything, you see everybody. It's not about race out here. It's not, everybody come here and have a good time. It's a playground for everybody. So I do believe everything happens for a reason, and just showed me I want to identify as a black comedian. I want to identify as a comedian that happens to be black. Right. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Well, dude, name your nightclub one more time. And is there a website?
Yes, it is. Xtremecomedy.com. Extreme with an X. Shout out to I got to do this to my business partner, Billy Bob Jackson. He's a motivational speaker. He has his own management company. I have to shout him out. He is the owner. I'm his partner. Man, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now in Vegas if it wasn't for him. He saw me working with the nightclubs and doing comedy, and he was like, yo, I want to partner up with you. Let's open up a club. And boom, that's where it happened. Xtremecomedyclub.com. We have some big shows headed up. We got some big things going on in 2021. I got my own podcast as well called Being Benny. So I'm going to do like a live studio audience. We're doing that. We're about to start taping in 2021. I would love for you to be a guest on there. And it's going to be fun, man.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. All right, dude. Thank you so much. Don't hang up. We're going to talk to you after the podcast. But thank you so much, dude. You are awesome. And we got to do this again. I had other notes here to talk to you about your Instagram. I love your Instagram. I love your stuff. Just talk business and talk marketing and other stuff like that from other entertainer friends that are listening. We'll have to do another podcast sometime just about that kind of stuff, man. But thanks for everything, dude.
Awesome, man. I'm here.
All right.
Well, I want to thank you and your wife, Natalie. Did I say that right, Natalie?
Yeah. No, he's having trouble.
He must have fallen off the fridge again.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
he fell off his step stool. Tonight on Jewel TV, our show debuts at 7 p.m. on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Jewel TV app, and tons of other places. Our television show, Wes Iseley's Magiclife, is going to be in over 100 million households tonight. Guys, please check it out. Take a selfie of yourself watching the show. Send us a picture of it. I'll pick somebody as a winner, and I'll send you a free gift. And if you liked our podcast, let people know about it. Share it. Thank you for Benny. Thank you for everything. And
Thank you.
See you next week. Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Isley for behind-the-scene videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled Wesiseli.